Hey, this is Luca Mino. We're back with Learn to Unlearn. Feels good to say that again. Yes, we are. We're back on the TLB network. We are back with Learn to Unlearn, and this time with a different twist. Um, so it started for me when I got cancer, and we're going to hopefully not use those words too much. The C word or the other C word, chemotherapy and radiation. We don't want to talk about those too much. But hey, these are in the works, and these are the facts. So we said, Roger Landry, the Liberty Beacon founder, and I were on the phone, and we just decided together, what a good idea. Why not chronicle your road back to health with cannabis? And this is extraordinary. This isn't going to be a we know it all type of show. It's going to be like, this is what works for Luca Mino. This is what works for me, and I want to share it. Basically, it's my road back to healing from the cancer that I have, that I've been diagnosed with, and there's that too. There's 40% chance of being misdiagnosed. Uh, so there's all kinds of things going on. I'm going to be talking about what happened, how I got cancer, first of all, my road to healing to where I am now, and it's just starting. Obviously, to understand what's going on today, we have to go back and learn about the past so we can unlearn everything we've learned and start over. So I'm going to be talking about, the healing, um, where I am, how everything's been going, and what I've been doing. And I'm going to take you back and forth. We're going to do some history in all of this. What does learn to unlearn mean? Um, the truth being buried, and we're being lied to all our lives. And Rockefeller, petrochemicals, we're going to hit it all. Even the prohibition raid, the prohibition era under Harry Anslinger. And these are all things that, I'll be giving you links. Um, and you can, check it out yourself. Like Roger says, don't take our word for it. Look it up yourself. Do your own research. And I realize that people can't do their own research a lot of times. And this is also one of the reasons why this thing got started in the first place. We want to offer it to you because I have been able to do a lot of the research, most of it that you're going to be hearing on my show. Um, and it's thanks to a lot of people on Facebook and a lot of hours uh, researching and trying to find out what's going on and how can we get our health back. And it's until I understood that I had to go inside that nothing happened. So as soon as I started to go inside, it changed. And which brings me to the fact of what we're going to talk about also. We're going to talk about feelings, which is something that I really encourage men to uh, listen to and to adhere to. This is really important about anger, knowing the agenda, about sadness, even for yourself. Yeah, but in this case, for me, it was for so many people that have it so much worse than I do. Taking it one day at a time, gratitude for each day, the Native American prospect of it all as well, because of my interest in life and where I'm at spiritually, has to do with a lot of Native American teachings that I've received, and Native American people that I've gotten to know. What can we do? You know, um, well, it's about letting people in on me and what worked for me and what works for me. So this is what this series of shows are going to be about, and the cannabis approach and how it's going to be healing as well. Um, it all makes sense when you think about it. It all makes sense in a society in which we know, in which more and more people know that they just want to destroy our health and profit from it, and then we have to pay for our own funeral. You know, um, in that kind of a world, we know that it's not because they love us that they're doing what they're doing. There's a very specific agenda in play, and we're also taught in the indoctrination, which is called education. We're taught not to question. We're taught not to uh, yeah, question is the way it is with authority, or asking questions, or being inquisitive, or not taking yes, for an option. There are times when I was told that I should get a vaccine, and I knew for a fact that even the word is like, no, I don't think so, not for me, thank you. And I found out why, because through it all, you end up learning about, um, you end up learning about this in here. You end up listening to learn to your intuition, and you end up learning about yourself and how it's supposed to work and what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be at. And you have to have this to stop arguing with this long enough to catch on. And, so you have to work on your ego, you have to work on your self-esteem, you have to work on all kinds of stuff. And it's a process, but this group of videos and, maybe an article sometime, but it's going to be mostly every week. And I'm going to take you on a trip. I'm going to take you on a trip to feel what it's like to have, not one, but two cancers, okay? And one of them being, quote, one of the most aggressive, which is bladder cancer. And the other one that I've known that I've had, which is a low-grade prostate cancer. And what the medical establishment suggested for me, we're going to be talking about that too. I'm not going to blow it in this one video, but this is kind of an introduction. And I'm going to be having guests too. Roger Laundrie is going to be coming back. I'm going to be having friends on, or different people with knowledge on the subjects. And I'm going to try and make it as informative as possible, as non-judgmental as possible, because it's not about judging. It's about sifting through the BS and sifting through the lies and the deceit and now the propaganda, which is made up. And once you get good at detecting it, you can pretty well smell it coming in the distance. And so it's all about weeding out everything. And what's good for me. And I'm going to be saying to myself when I make these videos, geez, okay, what would I like to hear from Luca? What would help me? And this is where we're going with this. So the Native American approach has a lot to do with this, because we were in health before, even before 1937, which is a very important date as far as the prohibition and the disappearance of hemp farms and hemp anything. Hemp was in our system before, because it was part of the nutrition system. The cows ate it, and so on and so on, and we ingested it. So we have an endocannabinoidal system. Yes, I said it the first time. Endocannabinoidal system. Google it, find out, research. Don't believe us or me. Do your research, and that's what I'm encouraging. So I'll be giving in different pictures every now and then, flashes that'll be able to help us, memes on Facebook that I found. This is basically really important, because at the moment I am blocked from live Facebook until the beginning of November, and today it is the 21st. So Facebook has taught me a lot, because of the memes, because of everything. If you look right, everything finds a way to steer you right on the path you're supposed to be on. The people that know it and that stay off the path because it's too difficult for them, they're going to suffer all their life. And the people that suffer enough and say, okay, that's enough, I've had it, and you steer yourself to where you're supposed to be, that's called the feather teaching. Actually, I can tell you about it right now, because I have an eagle feather right here. What the Native Americans always say is the line here. This line is your life cycle. That's your lifeline. It's supposed to be how you live your life straight. And sometimes we do drugs. Sometimes we cheat on our wives. Sometimes we don't listen to our parents. Sometimes we even dishonor our parents, and it goes on and on. And pretty soon, this is what our road looks like. But they say at any time, you can smooth everything out again and bring everything back to where it was supposed to be, out of remorse. And, consciousness is going to help. And then there's your road. And, men have to go through a lot. to learn that. Women learn a lot faster. They have more intuition. And anyway, that's another story. But this guy here at 61 years old wants to share what he knows. And this is going to be a series of videos on that and on cancer, on healing, and how to get through this. So until next time, I strongly urge people to listen to their bodies, learn to listen to their bodies, and to surround themselves with good people and good energy. How's that? Toxic drama out of your life, no matter what. And the more sacrifice you make in life, the better it's going to be for you. So it's time to think of Luca, and Luca has to think of him. And that's the way it's going to be. So this video is going to be empowering in that way. We'll see you later, and we'll probably see you next week with the second installment.